like 5,000 miles broke the camel's back.
And when you come into Jenks, this is the entrance sign, and then the road splits this way, and then there's one way going that way. But like right over here are some shops and stuff, and then the aquarium and the Riverwalk are over there. And so Jenks is a nice, quaint town. It's a Tulsa adjacent town. It's kind of small, has nice schools, and when you're leaving, actually coming from Main Street, you go up this one way, and First Oklahoma, there's a First Oklahoma bank building, and then there's just a random building that's not for sale. And then on the other side of that, there's a restaurant and some hotels and things, which I'm not going to show you, but there are businesses like this one that kind of split the middle of the town when you're coming into it. But we're going to head down Main Street, and I'm just going to show you a little bit of Main Street. It's a nice place with some shops to kind of park and walk around. It's pretty pedestrian friendly, so check it out from the start of Main Street, or the edge of Main Street. But as you can see, there's a church, and there's some businesses there. All right, here's kind of getting into Main Street. You got your flower shop. You can see Jenks School. The school's kind of over that way, over yonder. But okay, so at this time in the video, the wind has compromised the audio. So I'm continuing to ride my bike down Main Street. And keep in mind, Main Street is just a small part of Jenks. It has a lot to offer, even though it is a small town. And it's not so small that you have to go outside of Jenks to conduct your business, like banking and grocery store shopping and going to get fast food and things like that. You can definitely get those things in Jenks. So it's a livable town, and they have, older housing, they have newer housing developments, upper middle class housing developments, middle class housing developments, and things like that. So it's a nice town to check out if you're in the area and walk Main Street. It's pedestrian friendly. Like I said, if you step out, people will stop, and there's signs everywhere, making sure drivers are aware that to let pedestrians cross the street and things like that. But anyway, I wanted to give you a quick glimpse of the town. I was randomly in here riding through and figured I would stop and take some footage, so enjoy. You come into Jenks from this way, which is the way I usually come. That is the 96th Street Bridge, and you have to pretty much come down A Street, which is this street right here, and it runs alongside Main Street. But this street doesn't have the shops and things. There's some churches and some businesses and some houses down that way. So this is the back part of A Street. So we started up there. This A Street runs, parallel to Main Street. But like I said, there's a lot of houses that have been converted into businesses, like law offices and insurance. These are residential houses right here, but it's kind of a blend. All right, so when you come in from the 96th Street Bridge, instead of going down that way towards down A Street, and turn in here and go to the Riverwalk. All right, so when you're coming up to the Riverwalk, there are businesses, and they're basically restaurants, and there's a golf and kind of lounge facility over there where you can work on your shot and stuff, and they kind of border the river, and there's like a crosswalk in front of them, or a walkway, where you can kind of see the river. Come in from the road, you drive down here, you would park in there, and then you walk through here, and then that's the main sign here. So there's businesses there, and so it's a nice area to walk. Sometimes they have little concerts down here, and as you can see. But even if you don't want to eat, you can, and the food smells delicious. There's Los Cabos and stuff, but the river is here, and you can kind of walk along the river now that it's receded. So I'll insert some flood footage here shortly, but there's there's some restaurants where you can kind of sit on a patio and eat there. And then this is kind of like more of a public walkway. River right there. It's still more full than it normally is, but it's definitely not swollen like it was before. But I'm not gonna walk all the way down there. I mean, this is kind of the drift. You got your brick, and you can walk all the way down there, and they have little cleanup things for your dog. And what's nice is they have this fence here so kids aren't gonna like run and fall into the river or anything like that. And then there's a train, and I think there's an ice cream place over there. So it's not huge, you know, it's maybe 3 or 4 blocks long, but it's a nice little place to go on a date.